We know that the biggest impact in any recession is always on the youngest people. It's always much more difficult for them to get into employment, and certainly to get into meaningful employment, and also those furthest from the workforce. So those people who would struggle to get jobs in a buoyant economy will struggle even more when we've got recession and tens of thousands of people who've got lots of experience on the job market. Second, the real opportunity for us is around cyber technology. So we'd already invested heavily in building a cyber tech industry in Gloucestershire and being global leaders in that. And the real opportunity for us is to continue and accelerate the process of developing new businesses in cyber. And alongside that, making sure we've got really good training provision so people can move from some of the more traditional industries into cyber tech. Working alongside GCHQ and what they do in terms of intelligence, but also in more general digitization of our economy, of all businesses. And the third real challenge for us is around the environment and a green recovery. So we've been really clear in our strategies that we want Gloucestershire to be the greenest, most environmentally friendly economy in the UK, and we need to maintain that. So I guess my key drivers are in doing our recovery planning, and our recovery plan will be completed in the next fortnight and will go to our board for approval, is about how do we maintain some of the benefits of what we've seen in the last 3 months. So the talk of working at home and the benefits that that can provide for many people in terms of their work-life balance. I'm always conscious when I say that I'm saying that from a middle class perspective, and that actually working from home is not a possibility for lots of people. I think we have to be really careful that we don't make those assumptions. Similarly, the buy local activity that we've seen, so the propensity for people to buy more goods and services locally, how can we make sure everybody in Gloucestershire can benefit from that? And again, from a middle class perspective, it sounds great if we all buy things in farmers markets. The reality is lots of people can't afford to do that. So we need to balance out buying local with making sure that all of our communities can have access to those services. And thirdly, for me, it's about how do we make sure that we maintain some of the environmental benefits that we've seen, both through our investments as a local enterprise partnership, but also in encouraging more people to cycle and walk and less people to use cars, in encouraging wildlife in our communities and making sure that our businesses are part of that story. So I think if we can ensure that we are providing meaningful opportunities for people through the new opportunities around cyber tech in particular, but some other opportunities as well. If we can continue to see good environmental benefits from changes in behaviour, and if we can continue to see a much more flexible approach to working, then actually we can see a very positive future post-COVID. But that doesn't mean, with some of those figures that I talked about, that the next 2 to 3 years isn't going to be extremely challenging for a lot of people in Gloucestershire at a scale that we haven't seen before and certainly didn't see in 2009. And I'll leave it there.
Thank you, David. Lots to take on there.